joining you guys, and we will be continuing with the writing component, which will be discussing paragraph writing. And we will talk about what the structure is, and also look at some transitional words, and also look at what makes a good argument. And yeah, so actually today Aziz has been kind enough to share his paragraph. So we will have a look at Abdulaziz's paragraph, and we can discuss this together. And then what we'll do is we'll give everyone some time today and tomorrow to get an idea of what needs to be in their paragraph, and then we'll work on creating a first draft that you will send to me and Mr. Omar to look at. So good morning to everyone again, and let's hear from Abdulaziz. So Abdulaziz, do you want to quickly tell everyone what your paragraph is about before you read it?
It's about Earth's environment.
It's about the environment?
Earth's environment, yes.
The Earth's environment. Great. Okay. And are you supporting the Earth's and the environment, or are you against the Earth and environment?
Yes, supporting, of course.
Supporting.
It's in the
Okay, great. Okay, great. Okay. Good morning, Faisal Saleh. Good morning. Can you hear me? Faisal Saleh?
Yes.
Good morning. How are you?
Fine.
So today we're continuing with paragraph writing, and Abdulaziz is going to talk about his paragraph. So can you see my screen, Abdulaziz?
Yes.
Okay, so this is your argument. So we'll start and you can read. So start at what the topic is.
The topic is the Earth's environment.
Okay.
Wait, let me get the paper right.
Mr. Anthony?
Yes.
You
Yes,
shared
yes.
the guide, actually, not Aziz's work.
Oh.
Can you share Aziz? Yeah.
Oh, you thought this was mine.
Can you share Aziz's essay, please?
Yes. Okay. Let's have a look. New share. Is it now here?
This is mine.
Okay, great. So yes, so topic was
Earth's environment.
okay. And the topic sentence?
Topic sentence was the Earth's environment is devastating.
Okay.
And the C simply elaborate more, which means to tell more or add details. And E give examples.
Great.
I think you mean is devastated.
Devastating, getting devastating, not
getting.
devastated.
Yeah, all right. Getting devastated.
Yes.
Like destroyed.
Destroyed. Yeah.
Getting worse. In the paragraph you will see.
Okay. In the paragraph you will
all right.
see.
So yes.
Mister, I wrote all of it, but there is a section where the research come.
Okay.
Not from me, I get it from the EBA. Only the 2 lines down. The average American person until that's a lot.
Okay, great. So read it for us and then we'll discuss it.
First, go down. Down.
Oh, you want to go down? Yes.
Yes. The section.
Oh, I don't have that. I've only got the section.
Yes.
Oh, you want
the section of the paragraph, there's 3 sections. The topic sentence, which is in that color, and the body sentence in that color, and the conclusion sentence in that color.
Great. So, very good. So that gives a good understanding.
This guy is an architect.
Architect, yes. All right, let's do it.
Earth's environment is devastating. The environment is getting worse and worse. One of the reasons is the use of plastic and non-recyclable materials. it will not dissolve until millions of years. Even with recyclable materials, some of us don't recycle. Also throwing trash. Some people might not care to throw a bag of candy as they say it wouldn't matter, but according to the EPA, the average American person will produce about 5.91 pounds of trash, with about 1.51 pounds being recycled. 4.40 pounds is rough average daily waste per person. That's a lot. So that's why our environment is devastating every day.
Very good, Aziz. So you've made a clear point that your source, you've got a good source, so the Environmental Protection Agency, and you've used that to give some good evidence about to support your claim. So very, very good. Let's ask Yahya.
Yes.
Do you think that this paragraph supports Aziz's claim that the Earth's environment, his topic sentence, that the Earth's environment is devastating?
Yes, because he actually took the information from how can I say, it's a approved place.
Yeah,
For
so
example,
researched or research material or evidence, or
yeah,
what would you call
the
it?
research material was strong. So
Yes. Yeah, his research material and evidence was strong. So he's got some good supporting evidence to support his claim, which is the Earth's environment is devastating. Okay, very good. And what about? Let's move on to Hamad Alakal. Sorry, I can't pronounce your last name.
Yes.
Hamad Dakhil.
Yes.
Yes. What do you think about this?
Hello? Actually, it's a good article.
Mm-hmm.
I loved it.
Assalamu alaikum.
Great. So you like the article because it's...
Yeah, because it's good statistics. Like the average American person will produce about 5.9 pounds of trash with about... Yeah, it gives like some examples and also like statistics.
Yeah, great. So the statistics there seem to... Do you know why do you think... Let's ask Muhammad Alakil.
Yes.
Muhammad
Yes.
Alakil. Muhammad Alakil. Why do you think his statistics is good?
I'm sorry, but I just joined.
He just joined, yeah.
Just joined.
I'm
Okay.
sorry, I'm late, mister.
That's okay. Let's ask Muhammad Jabreen.
He also just joined.
Yes.
He also just joined. Okay. Who else maybe
my
who's
mic
been
working?
here?
Testing.
Knife.
yeah, sure.
Knife.
Yes, mister.
Why do you think his statistics are good?
I think because he have evidence
Yes.
and he got it from EPA.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what the answer I was looking for. So EPA, Environmental Protection Agency. So that is a good source of information. So not only in your argument to prove a point, you have to have information that comes from rather than having Wikipedia, which is maybe not reliable. So this Environmental Protection Agency would be a reliable source of information, and that's very important to use reliable informations in your arguments and your paragraphs and your essays. Good morning. So who's just joined?
Me.
Hamad Jabreen.
Who's me? Muhammad Jabreen. Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, and let's go on to ask Faisal Saleh.
Muhammad
Yes,
Jabreen
yes.
wants to have his take on Aziz's writing.
Oh, okay. Sorry. First, then continue. Muhammad Jabreen.
Oh yes.
What do you want to say, love?
I think that this is a good point because he had valid arguments. He has a valid point.
Mm-hmm.
His point stands where it should stand.
Yeah,
It makes sense.
So you think that he makes a good point relating to his argument.
Yes.
And
He
it-
has valid points and
he-
evidence.
yeah, he has valid points and evidence that agree with that relate and agree back to his topic sentence and his point. So his last paragraph or his conclusion paragraph. Let's ask who did I ask just before? Was it Muhammad?
Now
Me.
it's Naif's turn. Yeah.
Naif?
Yeah.
No, Mister, I finished.
You
Me,
finished.
me.
Oh, you know,
So let's move to
I-
Omar Saleh. Omar.
Amar Saleh?
Yes, Mister.
So what transitional word is used in Abdulaziz's last paragraph?
So that's
Yes. So he uses
so.
yeah. So is the correct word. So he uses so
Yes.
as a transitional word. So that's why our environment is devastating every day.
Yes.
Mister, I don't know if you noticed, but I used the C. The C
You
that
yes, you use the C example. So say it simply, elaborate more, and give an example.
no, I used it in the paragraph. I mean,
You used it in the paragraph. Yes. Yes. No, looks very good. You've got the explanation, and you've got evidence, and you've used a conclusion, and you've brought in you've got your topic sentence where it belongs. So you've got the structure looks good to me. And this is a good paragraph in my opinion. The only one thing is, maybe devastating is a little bit, I guess, what's the word, Mr. Omar, for how would you describe just having just devastating? I mean, it's a little, how do you explain it as not being, I don't know. I feel, in my opinion, that devastating is a little bit inconclusive, maybe.
what the conclusion
Yeah,
mean?
and grammatically speaking, it's not proper here.
Not correct. It's not correct grammar.
Yeah, grammatically speaking, it's not correct.
Mister,
So,
I thought it was a little bit broken like that. I asked my teacher and he said it's okay.
So devastating is
no, it's not. I'm afraid, Aziz, it's not
maybe
grammatically correct.
Not the right.
How do you correct it?
So-
Either, yes, Mr. Anthony.
So either you could say is becoming devastated. The Earth's environment is becoming
Yeah.
more devastated every day.
Okay, and
So
also it's for me it sounds like too general, too broad. The controlling idea is broad,
Yes.
so we need to narrow it down a bit.
Yes, Mister, because
Yeah,
you said the
you can
topic sentence, it has to be simple. It doesn't.
Yeah.
Which is also-
But neither too broad nor too narrow. So, for example, you focused on pollution, for example. So, Earth is being devastated by pollution. How do you like it like this, Mr. Anthony?
Yeah, that sounds good. So Earth's environment is
Or by rubbish, for example, by
Yes.
people, by plastic.
Mister, I have a question.
Or you can say the plastic is devastating our Earth or our environment, because he mainly talked about
yes,
plastic.
yeah, that would probably be he did mainly talk about plastic. So
Yeah,
we could say
not plastic. Anything that is.
rubbish or trash or garbage.
Yes.
Or,
okay.
Yeah.
So
yeah. So our garbage is devastating our
Yes.
environment, for example.
that sounds our garbage.
Yeah. Here we can say is devastating.
Is devastating. Yeah, that's
Our
that works better.
environment.
Yeah, that sounds better. Our garbage is devastating
So
our environment.
what we have just done here is that we narrowed that down our topic sentence so that it's controlled or it is supported by the paragraph. It can be supported in this paragraph here.
Yeah. So Aziz, you had it right. You wanted to keep it simple by using devastating, and the only thing it was a little bit too broad because it didn't explain exactly. You know, devastating is a word that works, but it doesn't really give an idea of what's being devastated. You know,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
having
because
clear,
are you talking about air pollution? Are you talking about garbage? Are you talking about why is it being devastated? Are you talking about volcanoes, are you talking about storms? Are you talking about, you see what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah, so what exactly are you talking about in your paragraph? You mainly talked about garbage, right?
Because garbage is the main one.
Yes, very good. So that's how your topic sentence should be. And your concluding idea should also reflect or summarize your main or your controlling idea.
so
Okay.
would you, the conclusion sentence here, so that's why our environment is devastating every day. Should there be a,
I also object to the word use of this form of the word devastate, because the earth
yes,
does not devastate itself. It's because when you say it's devastating, it causes devastation. Yeah,
yes.
we're gonna.
So we,
Yeah,
How about you use the word dying? Our environment
our
is
environment. Yeah, or deteriorating. I would say deteriorating. How do you like
That's what
deteriorating?
I meant by devastating.
Yes,
So-
but devastating is like when you cause devastation.
Mr.
Listen,
Okay, I'll search
when
it.
you teach this to us in grade 5, I think, you say it's mean getting worse and worse. This is getting worse and worse.
Deteriorating, getting worse and
No,
deteriorating.
I remember it well, devastating.
Devastating mean destructive.
As I
But
remember it was getting worse and worse.
if you want to use the grammatically correct word is devastated, being devastated.
Mr. Devastating, it's an adjective, and it
yes.
means highly destructive or damaging.
very good.
Cause.
Who was this?
Cause.
Or-
so
or
actually the environment
causing
doesn't cause
severe
the
shock.
devastation.
Yes, it says causing severe shock.
Yes, that's what I'm
distress,
talking
or
about.
grief.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
So
We're going to
it's an
talk about
adjective. You have to
we're
put
going to talk
something
about
before it.
participle adjectives because this is a type of adjectives which are called participle adjectives. The ones that uses, or actually discussed it before, the one that use the adjective that uses ing and the adjectives that use ed or the third conjugation of the verb. You see what I mean, Aziz?
Yes, yes.
We're going to discuss it later in a grammar lesson, inshallah.
But Mr. Amar, let's discuss the I guess evidence.
Yeah, there is also one issue here. It depends on the style of writing here. For example, in line 1, 2, 3, 4, 3 is millions of year based on research, or this is just exaggeration to make your point clear?
It's research that I have heard.
All right. So this is mentioned
And
in
yes,
the research.
I've saw it from what you call it, biography on YouTube. I think from National Geographic.
National Geographic.
I think,
And
or
when
maybe another channel.
millions of year. All right. So okay.
Because they say
So-
plastic doesn't get dissolved very quickly.
Yes, and it takes millions of years to dissolve.
Yes, you
Are
can
you sure?
say that.
Yeah,
Yes.
no. I'm just asking if you are exaggerating to make your point, because one way to make your point clear, sometimes authors exaggerate. You see what I mean? All right.
Yes.
Another issue I'd like to ask you about is in line 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9. Line 9. The line before the last one. That's a lot with an exclamation mark.
Yes.
This is a kind of colloquial or like this is not academic. Academic. Yeah, this is not academic. This is not.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
What mean academic?
Mr. Anthony.
What do you mean by it?
Having the exclamation mark is sort of a form of everyday
Informal.
language.
Informal.
You
Yeah,
wouldn't
it's not informal.
informal. Yes.
It's not
But
formal. Sorry.
also I read what's called narration stories, the big stories. What does it call?
Sometimes internet articles are
Not
are
internet, Mr. Books. No one books.
books. That's a lot
Yes.
in a book. I'm not sure.
Not that's a lot. I
mean,
mean that
depending on the-
exclamation mark.
Pardon
You
me?
say it wouldn't come in any book or something like that. It come.
The expression itself. The expression itself
Yes.
are these. So it's kind of
No,
everyday
I've
language
read-
in here. It's kind of informal language.
I
Some
will
authors,
share it and send
by
it
the
to you.
way, some authors choose to use informal language to be more friendly and to help their reader relate to the topic. It's not a low point, by the way. If you have choosing,
But it's not
if you have
wrong.
chosen.
I-
It depends. It depends because if you are writing, for example, and it's say for a university writing class, I'm not sure they are gonna like it.
This is not a university writing class.
Yes,
So
Aziz,
that's different.
this is learning, right?
So-
We're learning.
I know, mister, but you say university. You know, we're school.
I'm not being critical, by the way. I'm just pointing out. I'm just pointing out what I see as things that may
Okay,
make
okay.
your paragraph a bit weak in terms of academic writing.
So let's change the exclamation mark and let's clarify that's a lot. So let's say that's a lot of waste.
Yes.
Maybe.
And also use that is rather than that's.
Yes. Yes, that is. And I think there was another one.
Don't recycle.
Yes. Okay, great. So yeah, so with having the abbreviations taken out, that helps give a little bit more, makes it stronger because we're not writing in a informal way. But overall, Aziz, very good. This
Yes, it's amazing. I like it. I like it very much.
it's a very good article, and this is the structure that we're looking for. So
Yeah.
we've got our topics that you've clearly labeled the topic sentence.
And
you know,
don't
your
forget
body
to indent your paragraph, Mr. Anthony.
Oh yes. So the first paragraph is always
Tab.
indented. So you press
Yeah.
tab.
Yeah.
And-
press tab
I don't know why it's not tabbing.
because he
okay.
copied it. Maybe he copied some stuff from another.
I told you the ABA oil copied this.
Yeah, you copied. That's why the format
Pretend it's a
doesn't
tab.
work.
Let's just go.
Yeah. All right. All right.
So like this.
Thank you, Aziz. That's
Thomas,
that's
what
a
does
very
this
good
do?
piece. Yes.
We have a question.
What does this do when you put spaces in the beginning?
So it clearly, separates. You can tell that that's where a new paragraph begins. So it helps the reader know, okay, that's paragraph is ended, and then we're on to a new paragraph. It's sort of just like a guide, and it's the structure of the essays and writing, and this is what we use.
Okay, thank you.
To distinguish. Great. So no, overall very good, Aziz, and this is what we'll be asking for everyone to write. So, the style of writing, and you've done your own bit of research, which is excellent. And we're not going to worry about the citations right now because we'll learn those later how to use citations. But you've done a very good job by just having, but according to. Usually we might have a year and a page number, but have this is. I think for now, Ms. Doma, do you think that's fine? Just to not worry about the citations.
Yes, it's good. I like it. I like it very much.
Citation method.
Yes.
Citation, when you when you tell us where you got your information from in a bibliography section at the end of your writing.
Yes, like,
the
what they
references.
call it? Yes, references.
Yes.
It's clear. We'll write
So-
it down. See, for
so-
clearing things up.
So citations is another word for is it just references? It makes a reference to the author, or have you got here the
website or the book
or journal article? Yeah, you know, there might be lots of different ways to use the citations. Citations are not just always the same. They're dependent on if you're using a book or a website or a journal article or wherever your information comes from, it needs to be referenced. And for now, we'll learn that'll probably be, you know, not needed for now. We're just looking at the correct structure, and when using a reference, we'll just use where you got the information from. So you've got it from Environmental Protection Agency. That would be, you know, usually we have, you might say EPA, and then you might have it like this.
And one last thing, Mr. Anthony.
Yes.
As we said before, whenever we use like abbreviations or acronyms or even like a scientific term, we need to explain it to our reader. So, for example, he should have, the first time he mentions the EPA, he should have told us, instead of leaving it as a footnote at the end of a footnote, he should have explained it in the paragraph.
That's a very good point. So let's write that down. So the first time you actually write about it, you should have Environmental Protection Agency. You have it in a footnote, but yeah, same as writing. You should always.
We are not criticizing. I'm not criticizing your work. As I told you, we are talking about academic writing, and how it should work. Do you understand this, love?
Yes.
Yes. Thank you.
لا تعطينا الباسورد.
محمد
جبريل.
Okay, great. So very good, guys. So this is what we're looking for. I think this is probably enough time spent on this, but this is very good for us to get an understanding. What we'll do now is we'll clarify the argument. What makes a good argument? I think we'll look at the guide that Mr. Omar has, just so that so that we get a good understanding of an argument. So let's look at my screen, and I'm going to ask some people to talk. Is this large enough for you guys? Can you see it, or should I make this bigger?
Yes.
Okay, so let's start with
Me, Mr. Anthony.
Who's that? Who's me?
Hamid.
Hamid, great. Thank you, Hamid, for starting. So let's read what an academic argument is.
Mr. Anthony, sorry to interrupt, but I think we should give Saud Adil, and because we stopped in participation with stopped at Saud Adil.
Okay.
And after Saud, we have Saud Turki, and we also have Turki Hamad. These three people haven't participated yet.
Okay, sorry Hamad. Thank you.
Sorry,
No problem. No problem, sir.
Okay, so Saud Adil. Saud? There was, can you hear me, Saud? Oh, Saud is in the waiting room, so let's add him. Saud Adil? Can you hear me? Okay, what about Saud Al-Anazi?
Yes.
Can you read for me, please?
The term argument is used in everyday language to describe a dispute or disagreement between two or more people. However, within work, argument does not always indicate disagreement. An argument can be used to something has you think has a merit,
Merit,
a
yeah.
advantage, a position, a point of view, a program, an object. Persuade. Convince someone that something would be beneficial to do or not to do, to a particular
Course of action.
the course
Great.
of action.
So let's break that down. So who's
Saudal. Saudal.
Saud
I
Adel?
live
Okay.
because-
Can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
What did you say? Sorry.
I just come back because
No problem.
I live and then I come back.
No problem.
My turn.
I'll ask you a question next. So let's go. Let's discuss what Saud Al-Nasi just said. So an academic argument, we got to support what we think has that supports a merit, which is a privilege and advantage. So we're supporting, your position, your point of view. You're supporting something. So an argument can be supporting, or it can be so you're giving more support, or you can be persuading someone. So you might say something. You might try and persuade the reader to believe your ideas, to do or to not do something. So
excuse me, Mr.
you'll
Anthony?
be, yes.
So we talked before about the purpose of writing. So some authors write to entertain, some authors write to, for example, inform. Some authors write to express their ideas or opinion or even feelings towards a topic, and other authors write to persuade. And I think the argumentative paragraph is the main purpose. Sorry, the main purpose of an argument is to persuade or express an opinion.
Yeah, I think so too. I think that's a good point. I think this one here, to persuade or convince someone that something would be more beneficial to do, or for someone to take a particular course of action. I think that's really what an argumentative essay is trying to do. Very good. Yeah, that's very good, Mr. Omar. So if you're using let's go on to ask Saud Adil. Can you Saud Adil?
Yes.
Can you please continue the reading for me? So Mr. Omar just pointed out that we're going to be talking about persuasive writing, which is, to convince or persuade the reader and for your point of view, and also, that's the style and rhetoric, or the type of language we're going to be using, is to get the reader on your side. So can you continue from, yeah?
Convince someone that something is true, likely to be true, or a problem fact, an outcome. Show someone the problems or different
Difficulties
with difficulties with something truly
theory
and an empiric cause, a cause of action, reason, think locally, why someone, to get them to change their mind or their practice in its most best from an agreement, is a claim that is just
justified.
What makes something agreement is that the claim or
Mr. Anthony, sorry to interrupt. I think we want to give Turkey a chance before we finish the class.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Turkey,
thank you, Saud. Yeah. We are finishing it now because we actually the class is over, Mr. Anthony.
Okay.
But before we leave, because he's the only one he hasn't participated this class.
Okay.
Turkey.
Turkey, can you please read this last sentence for me?
Okay. In the most basic form, an argument is a claim that is justified what makes something an argument is that the claim or conclusion is supported by at least one reason. The supporting statements of an argument are called
premises. Premises is, yeah? I think that's correct.
Yeah.
So good, very good, Turkey. So we need justification. We got to have it supported by at least one reason, so evidence. And the supporting statements of an argument are called premises.
Thank you, Turkey. I think we're gonna leave it here. We gotta leave it here, Mr. Anthony, so that they go and get themselves ready for the next class, because they have a class
guys.
next. Yeah.
Okay,
thank you, everyone.
Thank you guys so much. We'll continue with the.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you.